People love their hair. In many cases, hair is seen as an extension of one's personality, correlating with an individual's interests, profession, and even culture. Hair can even be seen as a communicator of values or social class. No matter where you go, hair means a whole lot to a whole lot of people. In fact, it means so much to people that in 2018, the global hair care industry is estimated to have raked in over $87 billion. That is a lot of product.
But some people don't have any hair. I mean, whether by choice or otherwise, there's a huge population that isn't sporting the same locks of love everybody else seems to be obsessed with. In American culture, we have a very complicated relationship with the bald head. Like all hairstyles, it can be a symbol, but I don't think there's a cut that has such a wide array of motivations and context. I mean, I don't think I can name any other hairstyle that carries as much weight. So, why do people shave their heads? How do people feel about it? And what does it actually feel like to have your head shaved?
Head shaving has a long and sometimes even painful history. It is often used as punishment or as a tool of humiliation and degradation. In the Old Testament, God would curse the women of Zion that he deemed prideful and overly ornamental with baldness. After the close of World War II, French women accused of sleeping with German soldiers were dubbed collaborators and had their heads forcibly shaved. Les femmes tendues, or the shorn women, were marched through the streets with shaved heads, little clothing, and swastikas painted on their bodies and faces. In fiction, it can even be a symbol of dystopia. In the 1971 sci-fi film THX 1138, a futuristic authoritarian regime forces its citizens to shave their heads and wear identical white uniforms as a means of stripping the masses of their individuality. Oftentimes, shaved heads are used in fiction to symbolize villainy and evil, like Lex Luthor in Superman, or Colonel Kurtz in Apocalypse Now. Or like, well, okay, maybe not always, but
the practice of head shaving has been adopted by many subcultures over the years, most notoriously the skinhead movement. The skinhead subculture has its origins in the 1960s working-class neighborhoods of London, and is largely characterized by ultra-masculine forms of hair and dress, such as shaved heads and heavy black boots.
Many people associate skinheads with extreme right-wing politics, white nationalist movements, and extremist hate groups. Although the first skinheads were apolitical, over time many skinhead youths were drawn into racist, right-wing nationalist, and anti-immigrant movements. It's very important to note here that the skinhead subculture is not at all synonymous with race hatred or even right-wing ideologies. In fact, many skinheads identify as non-political, with others espousing left-wing political views.
And obviously, shaving one's head doesn't automatically make you a neo-Nazi. I mean, hell, a shaved head is also an aesthetic staple in the queer communities. A bald head is a symbol of androgyny and can be used to challenge traditional definitions of female beauty. In the past, gay men have adopted a bald head in order to project an image of working-class hypermasculinity, countering homophobic stereotypes of the time that labeled all gay men as weak or effeminate.
A shaved head can also carry religious or spiritual meaning. In the Buddhist faith, the shaving of one's head can be a symbol of cutting off confusion, hostility, and attachment. It's an exercise in letting go and is meant to be a reminder that spiritual goals should always take precedence over material pursuits.
So considering all the things that a shaved head can either symbolize or communicate, I mean, how do people actually feel about a shaved head?
They're alright. I mean, did they have to get it shaved?
I mean, like, it's kind of cute sometimes.
I think it's great. I mean, it's their head, they can do what they want.
If you're doing it just for a style trend, not so much.
I personally don't want one, but I say if you're already balding, a shaved head is nothing to be ashamed of.
According to the statistics, a man with a bald head is generally perceived as less attractive or youthful, but more dominant. One study asked a group of over 500 people to read a description of a rather generic man. Each description would read, John is a white, non-Hispanic male. He works in the healthcare sector and has a basic college education. However, these bios would end with one of three variables. John was described as either having thinning hair, thick hair, or a shaved head. Below the description, participants were told to evaluate John on metrics like assertiveness and forcefulness. It was found that participants who were told that John was bald rated him as far more dominant than those who were given one of the other two descriptions. It was also revealed that the John with the thinning hair was rated least favorably of all. So if things are looking a little wispy up top, maybe it's time to take the plunge.
Speaking of taking the plunge, what is it actually like to have your head shaved? I mean, I feel like that'd be something pretty interesting to get on camera. Unfortunately, I had some trouble finding volunteers. Would you let me shave your head on camera?
I would not do that. I'm sorry. I like my hair a lot.
Right now?
Probably not, no.
No.
No, I really like my hair. I've thought about it though.
No, I would not.
I'm not gonna lie, at first I was disappointed, but then I realized I had another option. For this section, I'm going to require the assistance of my friend and roommate, Seth. Yep, Seth is gonna shave my head. It's happening.
Ready?
Yeah. I don't need to cut your hair or anything beforehand.
I don't think so. I'm not really sure though.
I'm so sorry if I like accidentally hurt you.
What?
No, just because like.
Okay, go ahead.
This is weird. Oh, I'm so sad about this. When was the last time you had hair this short?
Huh? When I probably like 6 years old.
Like
Wait,
on the sides?
Seth, if we stop right now, I think I can make it work. I want to listen to Black Flag right now.
How do you feel?
I feel good. This is, it's interesting.
It doesn't feel crazy to like have all this weight, like.
It's really weird. This is so much hair.
You have a lot of hair.
I do. Now I don't.
Turns that the camera can see, like.
The important thing though is that I'm doing this for art. Right? Right, Seth?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah, that feels nice. Do I trust you not to like slice my ears off? Yeah, I'm cool with that.
One time, when my brother was like 5.
You slice his ear off?
No. We really have to vacuum after this.
Yeah. What? I should just put this in a Ziploc bag and mail it to my mom.
You know this, how they like rake the sand
Uh-huh.
for like Zen Buddhism?
Uh-huh.
That's what that looks like, because it leaves tracks.
Oh yeah.
Your hair looks like a rock garden.
Thank you. How do I look? Is it weird?
It's so weird.
Yeah. This is cool. I'm glad I did this. I have not seen myself yet. Maybe I'm saying that prematurely.
Wow, your head is such an interesting shape.
What the does that mean? It's like a trapezoid, but like uglier, you know?
Or now that it's...
Now that I've made the questionable decision to cut off all my hair, it was time to get some reactions.
Aayanah.
Oh my god. You did it?
Yeah.
You remind me of when you were like 3 years old or like just an infant out of the hospital.
Hey,
Hey Connor.
how you doing?
I'm doing good.
I like your hair.
Is it weird?
It is weird.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, like it's super weird.
Yeah, no, I get it. It was weird for me too.
Oh my god. Alright, bro.
Hey Jack. How's it going? So it's been about like 4 or 5 days since I've shaved my head, and despite some critics,
Shit, bro, you look like you like the leader of the Army gang.
I'd say I like it. I can take a shower in like 3 minutes. I'm less warm outside now. I ordered some hats online though, so that should help. Honestly, I think I might keep it. I kind of like not having any hair. It's super low maintenance. I think it's definitely been like weird for a lot of my like friends and family to get used to. It's been weird for me to get used to, definitely. There are definitely advantages to having hair, but it is, overall, it's been like a super positive experience, and I would recommend it to anyone who wants to do it. If even a small part of you wants to shave your head, I think you should absolutely do it, because it's worth it.